Girl, look in the mirror. Man, you're so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you.
Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. In this reaction video, what I will be discussing is a topic that I spoke about before, but we're going to revisit it. We're going to talk about modern women, black women in particular, who sleep with their stepdaddies, that sleep with their mother husbands, and all that freaky stuff there. And I'm going to give you some people who going to say they living through it right now. Jack, can you dig it? Now, before I do that, hit the notification bell. Once you do that, select the option that says all. That way you will be informed of all my new content. Like and subscribe. Can you dig it? Now, let me go ahead and get into this thing. Hold on one second, y'all. Hope y'all doing all right this morning. All right. Now, I want you to hear what this woman got to say, man. It's crazy. All right, let's get it.
So when we think about childhood trauma and mental health, we think about just, I want to say most people think about it as like abuse. And there's different types of abuse. There's mental, there's physical, there's emotional, there's verbal. And when I was 16, my mom slept with my boyfriend. It was one of the most devastating things that I can say happened to me as a teenager.
Woman was a teenager and found out that her mama dearest, was getting her coochie smashed and tore up by her boyfriend. The same women who called themselves the ebony cocoa goddesses of the universe. The same women who said that, we deserve respect and we all about our business and stuff. Just another example that many of them, not all, but many of them don't have any type of sexual restraint or morality. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I done dealt with that. I done dealt when I'm dating a woman where her mama trying to give me some coochie, sister trying to give me some coochie. And I ain't going to lie to you, I slept with a few of the sisters, but that's beside the point. Let's keep going.
And the way that I found out, it was crazy because it was in front of a bunch of other people when I found out. Of course, as a teenager, I was doing stuff that I shouldn't have been doing. So, me and said boyfriend were making out, and he left a hickey on my neck. I tried to cover it up. I was walking around the house with jacket on, not hood, but the collar up, everything trying to hide it. Well, she ended up seeing it, and she flipped her wig, like she went off. And she cussed him out real bad, and his sister lived upstairs from us. So he went upstairs and told his sister, and his sister came downstairs and cussed her out and was like, you're just mad because he left one on her and didn't leave one on you. Yeah, everybody know you fucked my brother. No,
This woman getting it in, sleeping with everybody upstairs and downstairs, man. Just a freak, boy. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, these women are doing this, man. It's crazy. But there's a lot of women, man, that do this. They'll sleep with their stepdaddies. The girls sleep with their stepdaddies. The stepmothers fooling around with the stepsons. Sometimes the stepmothers fooling around with the stepdaughters because she freaky that way. So I just wanted to address the sexual immorality that we have today in our neighborhoods, because this is why we got the sexy reds. This is why we got so many non-marital births out there, because women are willy-nilly when it comes to throwing that coochie out there, just slinging that motherfucker everywhere.
everybody didn't know that because I didn't know. And that was so humiliating to find out that she had did such a thing. So I guess it's safe to say that my trust issues started when I was 16 years old because I couldn't even trust my own mama. So after that, I didn't have another boyfriend for a long time. And our relationship became more and more strained because it was just like I couldn't trust her. And outside of the physical abuse and the verbal abuse and the emotional abuse that she was causing me, I also had to deal with that on top of everything. And it's hard to say in words how I felt at that moment. But I would never do that to my child.
Let me tell y'all something, man. Sometimes a woman's first heartbreak comes from their mother, man. Their very first trauma bond sometimes comes from their mamas, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. It's crazy, but it is what it is. Hold on one second. I find something else for y'all to look at. Yeah. Give me a moment, y'all, please. Yeah. So back like what I was saying, these women today, they have very little restraint. They love to throw the coochie. All right, go put this one on the screen. Now check this out, man. Let's get it.
I think my sister and my stepfather are having an affair. So the other day, I caught my sister and stepfather touching each other on the couch while I was visiting the family for Christmas vacation. I'm sorry, but sometimes it just takes you out. It just, like, what the hell?
You come to eat turkey and leave with trauma.
What the hell? She was pretending to be asleep and every so often would pretend to move. That would communicate to my stepfather and they would go right back at it. This happened several times while I watched because I was blown away that it was happening and they were so brazen about it. When confronting my sister about it and that I saw it, she immediately made it seem like I was crazy and was so delusional that I was going to kill her. Immediately
Well, you got another woman that's sleeping with a stepdaddy or whatever. They getting it on in front of the other child. Well, she was the teenager one who was writing it, whatever. But you think about this, man. How women are so quick to be hoes, man. All you got to do is bring some arousal, some type of arousal. Make them happy, meaning excitement, thrills, and have swag. And that coochie just going to pour out their pants, man.
He woke up the whole family and made a huge deal about it. However, she never mentioned what I said to her, just that I scared her. I have no evidence. He and my sister are on my ass constantly trying to paint me as a psycho. And I'm sitting here wondering if my sister has been abused for years or am I realizing that she's genuinely a horrible person?
He probably was just genuinely a horrible person, man. You know what I mean? I don't know why people are trying to make excuses for everybody. Let me show you another thing, man. Hold on. This will be another American talking about their excuse. All right. Like I say, let's get it, man.
I'm torn. I've been sleeping with my husband's father for 9 years now.
One more time.
I'm torn. I've been sleeping with my husband's father for 9 years now. I love my husband, but I see why I love...
Wait. For 9 years?
Yes. She's been sleeping with her father-in-law for 9 years. Okay, ready?
That must be his stepdaddy. Because this is some wild shit. Okay.
I'm torn. I've been sleeping with my husband's father for 9 years now. I love my husband, but I see why I love him because I love his dad more.
What the fuck?
We have a 7-year-old son together, and I have recently found out that our son is his dad's.
Wow.
I told his dad, and now his dad wants us to come clean about our relationship. I don't know what to do. His dad and I got engaged on Christmas, but agreed not to say anything until the end of my son's school year because we plan on moving from Alabama to Yonkers, New York. He says that the people there are more chill and won't understand our situation.
Man, that story speaks for itself, doesn't it, man? It speaks for itself. I got one more to show you, man. I ain't gonna even comment on that shit, man. But that's sick, man. Yeah, they sleep with your in-laws. These women sleep with your daddy, your son, brother-in-law, all of them, uncle, all that shit. They don't go down. Anyway, let me go ahead and put Southern Woman on the screen, man. Yeah, it's a weird topic this morning, but I wanted to go ahead and show this to you. All right. Now listen to this story, man. Let's get it.
How I found out my daughter was pregnant by my husband. My daughter has always been sneaky, in trouble, and very vicious. She's the only child, and her dad and his family never let her go without. I could tell her no, and she would go straight to her dad and ask him, and he would tell her yes right in my face. I could see through her nasty ways, so we bumped heads a lot, but I've always loved my child. Well, I left my husband for cheating with several women after we were married for 4 years. It wasn't easy, but I finally did it. Well, shortly after, my daughter told me that she was pregnant. I was happy it wasn't what I wanted for her because she still had a lot of growing up to do. She still lived at home with me and she couldn't keep a job and refused to just go back to college. She was only 22. But I got over it and started to enjoy the thought of becoming a grandma and asked her who was the father. She said her ex-boyfriend, but he wanted nothing to do with the baby. So for me not to bother him, she was going to raise the baby alone. I said, no, he needs to help out. Well, she made me promise not to say nothing. Well, I ran into his mom at the nail salon, and I asked her if she knew that she was becoming a grandma. She said no. I said, apparently he wants nothing to do with the baby. Well, she called him immediately, asked him about it, and he said while she had him on speaker, I'm not the father. Her stepdad is. I yelled, why would you say some shit like that? He said, I'm sorry, Miss Merritt, but she's been sleeping with your husband since last year. I found text messages in her phone. That's why we broke up months ago.
Another one. Now her daughter sleeping with her husband simply because she got mad, which is a common thing that we see among black women. When they get mad, they go sleep with somebody else. Y'all get in an argument? That's just an excuse or just an opportunity for them to go jump on Pookie's dick. We see this a lot with them. So it starts at a young age, man.
She's sick. My whole world seemed like it was over. I ran home and asked her about it. She could no longer deny it. It was true. She said it was a mistake at first, but then they didn't stop. Now she's pregnant and it's his, and he wants nothing to do with her or the baby. I asked her why she do that to me. She said because he made her feel like a woman, and he didn't talk to her or make her feel like a child. And I did. And it happened the night that I wouldn't let her use my car to go out of town. She was pissed at me, and I was at the hair salon, and she pursued him, and he was very willing. Sorry.
She pursued him. He didn't pursue her. She pursued him. Ooh-wee.
Why she do that to me? She said because he made her feel like a woman, and he didn't talk to her or make her feel like a child. And I did. And it happened the night that I wouldn't let her use my car to go out of town. She was pissed at me, and I was at the hair salon, and she pursued him, and he was very willing. Sorry, piece of shit. It's one thing to cheat on me with another woman, but with my daughter, I would have never guessed. Now that's my grandson, and I love him. He's here, and he wants nothing to do with him. My daughter doesn't want to be a mother most of the time, so he's with me. I'm a full-time mother all over again. She comes and goes as she pleases and feels like it. It's like he's mine and not hers.
Enough of that wild shit. Let me tell you something, man. As you can tell, that's a generational thing right there because her own mother, the one that's writing the letter complaining about her daughter sleeping with her husband, has a Pookie. She said that he was sleeping with multiple women during the marriage. Now, don't be dumb enough to think that he was sleeping with multiple women before the marriage and she didn't know. She knew that shit too. No telling what other type of character flaw this man got that will obviously point out the fact that he a Pookie or a no good for nothing man, but she chose that man. Now she done passed that dysfunctional attitude down to that daughter. That daughter's being raised in a house full of baboons and wild animals and stuff like that. Everybody doing their own thing. Ain't no real knowledge being passed down and stuff. So her daughter's a hoe. And I ain't saying that her mama ain't one. Her mama might have been one too. Now, the daughter is hopping on the pipe of her husband. Boy, these women scandalous like a motherfucker, man. Well, anyway, I'll be talking to y'all pretty soon, man. I know it's a little different type of episode, but I thought I'll touch on it, man. Yeah, boy. Y'all take it easy now, yeah?